Hello, my name is Alex and I am currently living over here in South Korea, and I've been just thinking a lot about the things I absolutely goddamn love about South Korea. There are many things that I absolutely love about South Korea, and I'm not gonna lie, there are also many things that I don't like also. These are definitely things that when the time comes and I leave South Korea, these are things I'm definitely gonna miss, and I'm very much like taking them for granted kind of right now, but I just know whenever I go back to the UK, whenever that is, I'm gonna miss these things. And if you live in South Korea and if you agree with any of these points, then let me know in the comments. Like, there's a lot of things to love about South Korea, but these are my personal top 5 things. And if you aren't in South Korea right now, these are some things for you to look forward to if you do come over here, if you're just visiting, and I'm pretty sure that you will agree with me too. If you have any questions about life over here in South Korea and anything to do with teaching over here in South Korea, just leave me a comment or a message on Instagram. I will gladly get back to you. But without further ado, let's begin my 5 favorite things in South Korea.
Let's go.
So the number one thing that I love about South Korea is the coffee shop culture. I literally cannot even describe it. Back at home in Manchester, there were very good coffee shops everywhere. Like in Northern Quarter and Ancoats where I lived, there were gorgeous coffee shops. However, in Korea, it's like coffee shops, but on steroids. Like everybody like just goes for like days out to coffee shops. Like they're absolutely stunning. And there's coffee shops like absolutely every single occasion too. So you've got like the coffee shops that are like the hole in the wall coffee shops to get like a takeout coffee. Perfect. And then you've got the very small coffee shops that are usually like a family business. It's got like pillows and soft furnishings and like a bookshelf and everything, and these are absolutely cute. You get to talk to the barista and it's just stunning vibes. Then you have the coffee shops which are more like chain based. You've got like Tusum Coffee, you've got Edia Coffee, and sometimes when you say chain like Starbucks or Costa Coffee, sorry, but if you are a Costa girl, I'm sorry. Like sometimes you do think a bit like, okay. But chains over here in South Korea are actually kind of stunning. And they're perfect places for you to work as well. Like the Wi-Fi is great. You can sit in there for like endless hours a day. And then you've got like the specialty coffee shops too. So say if you wanted like a certain type of coffee, say if you want like ice cream coffee, or there are some cafes near me that do salt coffee, and salt coffee on the premise does not sound good. There is this salt coffee shop next to me. It's absolutely stunning and it has the best salt coffee. It's a little bit expensive, but it's the place to go for the salt coffee, and it's absolutely stunning. And then you also have these like giant coffee shops that are literally like in the middle of nowhere. They're like halfway up a mountain, for example, but like they're a kind of like day out for Koreans. Like they will actively go there, spend the whole morning, spend the evening, and like watch sunset there. They will read a book or take their family. And if a coffee shop like this was in the middle of nowhere, like a huge ass building in the UK, there is no way that it would stay in business. However, because coffee shop culture over here in Korea is such like a big thing, they somehow stay in business, and I'm very grateful for that because they are absolutely stunning. Like the one little downside about coffee shops over here in South Korea, like I know back at home, like they would open at like 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. They don't tend to open until probably like earliest 10 o'clock. So if you did want to go to a coffee shop, you might have to wait like until like late morning. But equally, they are open like very late till like 9, 10 o'clock. So there are loads of different options. If you love coffee, if you love tea houses, coffee shop culture. So yeah, if you do love coffee shop culture over here in South Korea, there are absolutely gorgeous girl options. So the second thing that I absolutely bloody goddamn love about South Korea is, now this is kind of like a personal thing that I love, so it's not necessarily something that everybody will feel. However, the second thing that I love is the anonymity. Oh my god, I sound like Nemo trying to say anonymity, whatever that word is. Anonymity. The second thing that I love about South Korea is anonymity. That word. So I just love being anonymous. It's so bizarre over here because like everybody will stare at you if you're a foreigner in the countryside over here in South Korea. However, people stare at you, but I just love the power that, because we've still got to wear our masks now, and if you're wearing like a cap or you're wearing sunglasses, for example, people just don't know who you are. Like they don't know your life story, they can speculate, and you feel like a kind of like secret spy, and that's just one thing I absolutely love about South Korea. And because it is kind of still like a bit of an unknown little gem of a place to visit, when locals do see foreigners, they're a bit like, what is going on here? And just having that power over them and being like, you have absolutely no idea who I am. It's actually kind of gorgeous. That is something I'm very much gonna miss when I go back home. Like for example, I walked down the street today and this old lady, she stared at me because I was away googling. She's like, oh, what is going on? Like, this is crazy. And I just literally strutted past. I was like, you have no idea who I am. But yeah, it's just really, really nice to be like apart from like any like Korean gossip or anything, or you know when there's like drama back at home, like not them really in any drama, you know when things are going on like with friendship groups or like workplace gossip and everything, you're kind of like an outcast over here, which I absolutely love because I'm not getting involved in like any drama or nobody knows anything about me, and I can kind of just be who I want to be, and it's kind of stunning. That is one thing that I personally love about South Korea. Okay, so the third thing I absolutely bloody love about South Korea, I have made a whole video about this, and this is definitely going to be a reverse culture shock when I go back home. It is safety. I cannot even describe to you like how safe Korea is. Korea is very much like you'll look out for others before yourself, and in terms of safety, like nobody is going to steal your stuff. Like you can leave your laptop on the side while you go to the toilet. You can leave your phone hanging out your back pocket. Nobody's going to steal it. The other week actually, I was in Seoul and I was just by myself, and I saw like a credit card that had been on the floor, and it was just like left on a bench. And obviously this person's probably going to retrace their steps and they will find it on that bench there. I just couldn't believe it. I was just like, oh my God, if that happened in the UK, somebody would have snapped that up. They would have like used the contactless. They would have been in all the like banks and the ATMs and getting all their money out. But in Korea, that is honestly just not a thing at all. And it's just so nice as well. Like even when you're walking home late at night, there's no like, do you know when you're like walking back home, for example, in Manchester, and there's like some streets that you just will not go down, like it's kind of darkly lit, or there's just like not good people hanging around that area? I can't actually think of like a street that I wouldn't go down in South Korea, even if it is like darkly lit or it just didn't seem right. I just very much feel comfortable like walking around anywhere by myself. And a lot of my female friends have said this too, like as a female walking around, it's kind of just very safe. And this has a lot to do with what I mentioned before with respect, and there is CCT absolutely everywhere. The majority of places are well lit, and it's just an absolutely gorgeously safe place to live. And that is just, oh, honestly, one of the things I'm absolutely going to miss. Like I really want to go traveling sometime in the future, and I'm like so nervous. Like I'm so nervous for the fact that I've got to like lock my bag up. I've got to use a locker. Like that is crazy. And like I feel like I'm saying that from a really privileged position now, being in South Korea, but unless you're over here, I just don't think you'll understand the concept of safety. Like it's something I'm definitely taking for granted, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's definitely something I'm gonna miss whenever I do leave. So the fourth thing that I absolutely bloody love about South Korea is the convenience. Oh my goodness, the convenience is absolutely incredible. So for example, if I ever wanted like something from a convenience store, there is one on every single corner over here. You've got 7-Eleven, you've got GS25, my absolute favourite, you've got CU, you've got Mini Stop. There are so many convenience stores over here, and they literally sell everything and anything 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Like they are absolutely bloody incredible. And this also works for like online shopping as well. So instead of Amazon, we have Coupang over here. And if you wanted something delivered next day or even the same day, like it will get delivered to you on your doorstep in a matter of no time. Stunning. Food delivery services. If I wanted literally any type of food, it can be come to my door in like 10 minutes, cooked, ready to eat. It's literally stunning. So yeah, convenience is one of those things that, again, I am kind of taking for granted over here. Like anything that I want, anything that I need, it's there. And this also applies to like toilets, for example. Like if ever I need a toilet when I'm out and about, there is always one like less than 100 meters away from me, like no doubt about it. And they're free too. Public transport system is absolutely stunning. And you will not be waiting for a bus for too long. You will not be waiting for a taxi, a train. Like there is always something or someone there to pick you up. And there's a bus route to every single city, every area of a city. And it's one of those things I'm gonna bloody miss when I leave Korea. I just know, for example, like back in the UK, like with the Sunday working hours and shops close at 4 o'clock on a Sunday. What is this about? Like I understand like working hour conditions and all this, but at the same time, we live in like 2022, girlies, and convenience is absolutely stunning over here. Why can't this be done back in the UK? I don't know. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous thing about South Korea. And the last but not least thing that I absolutely bloody love about South Korea is the seasons and the appreciation for nature. Again, I have made a whole video about the number one thing that I love about South Korea, and this, as well as safety, are like joint things I absolutely love. Like most out of anything, but the appreciation of seasons is absolutely bloody stunning. Not only do people appreciate seasons over here, they like celebrate seasons. There is a whole cherry blossom season celebration. There is a whole fall celebration of season. In summer, people don't really appreciate it as much because people are just complaining that it's too hot. Winter, everyone really appreciates it because it's really cold and you can be all cozy. But seasons, like the appreciation of nature and like flowers and trees and just natural beauty, is literally stunning. And because Korea is a very like mountainous country, there are gorgeous hillsides or gorgeous mountains surrounding wherever you go. And I can't even describe like how gorgeous a country it is and how gorgeous it is, and people appreciate it too. It's literally just stunning. Like, yeah, it's absolutely stunning. Like back at home, I was very much one of those people that was the slowest walker out of a friendship group. I would always be that person like admiring every single detail of every single building, every single plant, and my friends would like be halfway up the road and I would be so slow because I'd just be appreciating like everything around me. And I can do that over here in South Korea with no guilt whatsoever because I am looking at all the flowers and I am looking at like what's around me. And that's exactly what everybody else does in Korea too. It's just a bloody stunning country, I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, those are my top 5 things that I absolutely bloody goddamn love about South Korea. Like I said at the start of the video, if you agree with any of these things, like let me know in the comments. It'd be really interesting to see what you guys think about South Korea if you already live here. And if you don't live here in South Korea and you're just visiting, what are some things that you're looking forward to? What are some things that you're looking forward to that are specific to South Korea or things that Korea does like really well? It'd be really interesting to know from someone that hasn't visited before. So yeah, thanks so much for being a gorgeous girl, and I will see you next time on this channel where I may even talk about things that I potentially hate about South Korea. Yeah, we'll see if I'm feeling up to being hateful. I'm not really a hateful person, so I'll have to dig deep, but yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and if it's the evening where you're watching this now, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll catch you next time on this channel. Stay safe, stay gorgeous, and I love you so very much. Bye!